Have you ever questioned why Rust is the perfect language for Holochain? Hold on to your seats. In the grand theater of programming languages, an up-and-coming act known as Go, pronounced like Ready, Set, Go, once graced our stage. The Holochain team was quite taken with it and initially chose to develop Holochain with this language. However, as the curtains were unveiled and the spotlight illuminated the stage, they noticed something was out of place. The performance was good, but didn't quite earn the standing ovation they were anticipating. Rust, the understudy patiently waiting for its moment, was ready to take the spotlight. Having quietly awed the critics since Graydon Hoare launched it as a personal venture in the year 2006, Rust didn't just offer safety, it was efficient and productive too. It was the triple threat the Holochain crew was looking for. The switch from Go to Rust wasn't capricious change of heart. It was a deliberate strategical shift. Rust, devised as a safer alternative to C and C++, prioritized safety without compromising on performance. Imagine the thrill of driving a sports car that provides the safety of a minivan. Who wouldn't prefer that? In the world of programming, Rust is the charismatic hero that never stumbles over its lines, courtesying its statically typed nature. It bolsters memory safety and error detection, reducing the likelihood of a stumble on stage. In 2023, Rust was making waves in the tech world, captivating nearly 1 million developers from across the globe. When Microsoft Windows began incorporating Rust into its core libraries, it was tantamount to clinching the Oscar for Best Actor. But shifting to Rust wasn't merely about joining the fan club. It was about capitalizing on its key features, such as memory management, abstractions, and pattern matching. It was about tapping into Rust's potential for performance-critical back-end systems, operating systems, and low-level components. Moreover, Rust's compatibility with WebAssembly adds another feather to its cap. This allows developers to create Holochain apps with programming languages that can be compiled with WebAssembly. So, Rust was not a random choice, but a calculated move for Holochain. Intriguing, isn't it? Now that we understand the reason for the switch, let's delve into why developers are increasingly choosing Rust. Envision this scenario. In the realm of programming languages, the one that's gaining everyone's attention is Rust. Rust is a highly sought-after language, not just because of its safety features and performance, but also due to its consistent ranking as the most desired language for an impressive 8 years. This is a noteworthy achievement in the world of programming. Moreover, Rust didn't become popular in an instant. It was meticulously developed, beginning as a personal project by Graydon Hoare in 2006, receiving support from Mozilla in 2009, and finally achieving stability with its 1.0 release in 2015. Since then, its use has grown with industry leaders like Microsoft Windows using Rust for core libraries. The Rust community has expanded considerably, boasting an impressive 2.8 million developers worldwide in 2023. But why is Rust valued so much? Apart from its memory management, zero-cost abstractions, pattern matching, and type inference, Rust also comes with its own package manager, Cargo. This is a valuable tool for managing packages. Rust proves to be a reliable choice whether you're working on performance-critical back-end systems, operating systems, low-level components, or tasks that require close interaction with the operating system. In summary, Rust is not just another programming language. It is a tool that developers look to when they seek safety, performance, and productivity. Rust is not just another language, it is a dependable choice for developers. But what makes Rust so special? Let's unwrap this package. Now let's dive into the Rust toolbox and see what makes it stand out in the crowd of programming languages. Picture this. You're a developer, and you've got a vast landscape of code to navigate. You need a language that's like a trusty steed, ready to carry you through the rocky terrains of coding. That's Rust for you. First up in our toolbox is memory management. Rust is like a meticulous librarian. It knows where every book is and who's borrowing it. It ensures each piece of data has a single owner, preventing common issues like null or dangling pointers. This safety feature is like having a built-in GPS, guiding you through your code and keeping you from getting lost or causing a memory leak. Next, we have the Cargo Package Manager, Rust's personal assistant. It manages your dependencies, builds your code, and even runs your tests. It's like having a butler who not only cleans your house but also does your grocery shopping and cooks your meals. With Cargo, it's like Christmas every day in the world of Rust. Then there's zero-cost abstractions. This feature is like a magic trick where you pull a rabbit out of a hat, but instead, you're pulling out efficient code without sacrificing readability or simplicity. It's like having your cake and eating it too. Now let's talk about pattern matching. It's like a game of Where's Waldo, but for your code. It allows you to dissect and inspect your data in a clear and concise way. It's like having a detective on your team, always ready to solve the mystery and find the culprit in your code. Lastly, we have type inference. Rust is like a mind reader. It often knows what type of data you're working with, even when you don't explicitly say it. It's like having a personal assistant who finishes your sentences, making coding in Rust a breeze. Rust is like a Swiss Army knife packed with features that make developers' lives easier. Now let's talk about Rust in the context of Holochain. Why is it the perfect match? Well, grab your popcorn and let's dive into this digital love story. You see, Holochain, like any ambitious project, has some pretty specific needs. It's like that friend who only eats gluten-free, sugar-free, fun-free food. And Rust, the ever-adaptable language, said, "Hey, I can work with that." Remember how we talked about Rust's focus on safety? Well, that's music to Holochain's ears. Holochain is all about creating secure, decentralized apps, or HAPs, as they like to call them. So, having a programming language that's got safety as its middle name, that's a big check in the pros column. But what about performance? Holochain is not here for a leisurely stroll in the park. No, it needs a language that can keep up with its need for speed. And Rust, well, it's got the stamina of a marathon runner with the speed of a sprinter. It's all about that performance, giving Holochain the power it needs without breaking a sweat. And let's not forget about productivity. Holochain is on a mission and it doesn't have time for any dilly-dallying. Rust comes in with its statically typed nature and its handy-dandy cargo package manager, making it easier to manage dependencies and ensuring code is efficient and error-free. It's like having a personal assistant who also happens to be a coding genius. So you see, Rust and Holochain, it's not just a random pairing. It's a thoughtful, strategic decision based on aligning needs and capabilities. It's about finding the perfect partner who complements and enhances what you're trying to achieve. And that, my friends, is why Rust and Holochain are the Jay-Z and Beyoncé of the coding world. Both powerful, both talented, and together they make one heck of a team. Rust and Holochain, a match made in developer heaven.